Part of your assignment involves finding a literary device that is used in the poem. So that literary device can be a symbol, an illusion, personification. You can Google literary device and see what other options you may have. I chose to look at the symbol of the albatross in Rime of the Ancient Mariner because I know it is something that is still used as an expression in our culture, and so it's useful for you to know that. So I did a quick search. I just searched albatross. What does the albatross symbolize in the Ancient Mariner? And look, I have all these. I chose to click on this one because I thought it was interesting that they suggested it was a metaphor. And so I read that explanation and thought that is something I would like to quote as evidence that this is a symbol. So it is used metaphorically in our culture now, but it is a symbol within the poem itself. So if you are not part of the Western culture, then you might not know that. So we will call it a symbol for the purposes of the presentation. So I just copied what I wanted to use. I started here, copied that. I pasted it into my slide, but I never want to start with a quotation, right? So I always tell you to start with a signal phrase, or not a signal phrase. Always quote something with a signal phrase. However, you should start with a sentence that just explains what it is you are describing. So main idea sentence. In English 101, I would make that brown. So now I introduce the quotation saying my source. I don't have an author of Wikipedia because it is a crowdsourced kind of situation. So I just named Wikipedia as my source. Now, be aware, some instructors will not let you use Wikipedia, so do not go to other classes expecting to be able to use that. Okay, so I have decided to use this source. Now I have to do that pesky job of creating the works cited for this source. So I just highlight my address bar. This is not the thing that goes in the works cited, just heads up. What I want to show you is how to use an online service called EasyBib to create citations. You want to do a website. You want to make sure it's MLA, not APA or any other thing. So if yours pops up with APA, try again. Go back to this kind of list of options or whatever it offers you here. Click website, and then that address that I copied up here, I'm going to paste it, right here and hit search. And it's going to come up with this article. That looks like what I did. So I'm going to hit cite. And then it gives me all the information. There may be things I have to complete on the next step if that's applicable. Also, things pop up to advertise. So there you go. Do not pay for this service. Just watch the little ads or pay for it, whatever you want to do. All right, there was no author or contributor. That's the website title. That's the publisher sponsor. This is the URL. The article title is here. Let's see how it treats the article title. Display URL. I like the URL, so I'm going to say yes to that. And then complete citation. I will view a sponsored message. After I have viewed the sponsored message, I have my work cited for me. I have noticed that they actually do capitalize all the major words of the title, which is something that you have to do if it's not already done. So look, you have the title of the article is here, Albatross Metaphor. That's not capitalized, but the correct format for MLA format is to capitalize all the major words. So I'm going to copy this citation, copy citation. It starts with an A. I'm going to go back to my bibliography, and let's see, AL comes before AR, so I'm going to paste my citation there. Oh, I just hit Control V to paste it, and it did not keep the font. So I can easily go back, just highlight and change. Notice that you definitely want, I would like to have that be a link. Can I make that a link? I'll work on it. Anyway, I will fix that so that it will be a link. I like the links. I know that some instructors don't. I do. I like the links. I know how to make the link. Copy here and paste into here. So you have it now. That's it. That is your, oh man, it didn't do the link. Oh, it did, but it's not the right font. That's how you do that task. So use a source to describe your symbol. Quote the thing. Also, when you are finished quoting the source, you have to have whatever's first in the works cited for that source should be your parenthetical citation. So when you have a parenthetical citation, you no longer keep that. Uh-oh, how funny. To get it to stay with the same font that's already set up, Control Shift at the same time and V will take care of that. All right, and I don't want the period. Actually, I want the period there, not the quotation marks there. All right, we will, oh yeah, I do. This is going to be a weird one. I want the quotation marks here because that is part of the title of the article. Article titles go in quotation marks even when they are inside parentheses. So that's going to be a weird looking one. That's okay. As long as it fits, it fits. Very strange. I don't love these straight up and down things here. All right, let's see if I can get it to quit. No color. Yay. Okay, so the next sentence, I should react to this, what I have quoted. My reaction to the quotation from Wikipedia is also going to help me find something to quote from the poem to show using textual evidence, that means words from the poem, to show where that happens. And by that, I mean where the symbol is demonstrated in the context where they are talking about the albatross hanging around the mariner's neck. Remember, you're only looking at things that are in your assigned part, so don't go find quotations from another part, and look for literary devices, whether it's a symbol or not, in your part. So I did find the place at the end of part 2 where the albatross is hung around the mariner's neck. I want to use these 2 lines for sure. I'm going to just copy those and go back to my presentation and think about how these 2 things connect. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there and give myself some time to think. And I'm going to put it in there with the correct signal phrase. I can do something easy like that, at least for a placeholder now, until if I decide to write something that's more descriptive of the context, what's going on in the poem at that time, then I can change that. But I definitely want to know my line numbers for those 2. When I look here, I see that one is 140, so this one must be 141 and 142. So that's what I'm going to put in my parenthetical citation, 141, 142. All right, easy enough. Making that yellow. Oh, the dreaded highlighter, sometimes it frustrates me. Okay. I'm going to go this side of the period, try to escape the times that it sometimes will not unhighlight for me. Okay, I don't want quotations back to back, so I need a green sentence in here that reacts to and connects to these. Oh, notice I'm quoting 2 lines. So what do I need to do to show the line break? /. Okay, make sure you do that. I thought I had hit pause, so I'm sorry you had to watch the whole writing process, but maybe that was useful to see kind of how those things evolve as you're writing. I hope yours will do the same. So I want to have a green sentence that connects one quotation to the next. I also want to end. You can end with a green sentence or a brown sentence. I tend to tie in whatever I have started with back again. If it's more than one sentence, I might make one green because green is my designation for a sentence right after a quotation where I'm relating to that quotation, and brown is my designation for connecting back to the main idea. That's why the main idea is brown and the last sentence is brown. I will pause as I write. I did decide to write a brief green sentence that uses some of the same language from the previous sentence. So the cross, I wanted to address that. Always repeat a word from your quotation in your explanation. Now I'm going to finish with a brown sentence that somehow will connect to the symbol used to describe, guilt. Glad I reread that. Here it comes. All right, so I did continue with two more sentences. I could really make this one green because for me it relates to what I'm describing using the textual evidence. It's really that bottom sentence that connects to the contemporary use of a person's sense of guilt or burden. Notice all of the typos. If you see typos in your stuff, please fix them. I will try to do the same. Also, my thing may not catch all the typos because my spelling of guilt is often guild, so I will have to read carefully and make corrections. For example, albatross is not the name of the bird, and metaphor is not a metaphor. Good luck on your project.